Most of us have to pay property taxes. When we don't pay those property taxes, county or local municipality or whoever's running this is going to take that property, they're going to sell it at an auction, tax lien auction, tax deed auction, tax redemption deed auction. There's so many different types of tax sale. There are some states where if you get liens and the owner doesn't come pay you back with interest, it's going to convert into a deed. We started getting the properties from the homeowners before the auction ever came up. And we coming in there swooping these things up before the auction. Now, when you go see the list, redeemed, my wolves done already cleaned up that auction.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Building Billions podcast. You know I got super friends from all across the globe, and tonight is real special. You don't want to miss this. Take out your pen and paper. Little backstory, man. I met my guy. I was out politicking in Miami, and just so happened to be on a yacht and bumped into this fella, man. And then we kind of exchanged information and just stayed locked in till now. That just lets you know the power of proximity. You understand? So the power of proximity is very important because you don't meet these type of guys just sitting at home, sitting on the couch, gossiping with your friends. You got to really get outside and politic and network. You know, it may sound a little cliche that your network determines your net worth, but in this situation, that's very true. And me and my guy, we're going to make money together, we're going to build together, and we're going to have a lifelong connection forever. So I'm just giving that to y'all so y'all can just stay locked in, stay tapped in, and just know that there's power in proximity. Tonight on this episode, we got my guy, Tax D Wolf CEO, straight from Florida. One thing I like about Tax, man, he teaches the game, and he teaches it the right way. He's teaching his students how to make money in real estate investing, how to get properties under $3K, how to go from tax deeds to tax redemptions to tax auction, how to make all type of money in real estate. What's up, my guy?
Bro, when you said that property under 3K, man, it was like music. And music to my ears, man. We about to go crazy tonight. Feeling good.
Feeling good, bro. Welcome to Dallas. How you feeling?
Yo, Dallas is amazing, man. This the city right here.
Hey, man. Appreciate it. So where you from, man? Tell my people who you are, where you from, what you do. Catch them up to speed.
Yeah. So originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. After Hurricane Katrina, ended up in Atlanta with my rich aunt and rich uncle, kind of like the Fresh Prince. Joined the Army. Then after that, was just kind of all over the place, was a medic. Then they sent me to nursing school, went overseas a couple of times, came back home. And after working in a hospital, man, just got tired of clocking in, clocking out, clocking in, clocking out, working 40 plus hours a week. And I got into real estate, and I knew that I was going to be the first millionaire in my family. And real estate was going to be the way, specifically tax deeds, because I didn't need a lot of money, no license, no good credit or anything to get started. So jumped in the game, man, got 3 properties in less than 30 days using less than $6,000. The rest was history.
Ooh, all right, so we're going to get into that. I want to know, like, why did you join the military, number one?
Yo, I wanted college paid for. That was the biggest thing. I was the first male in my family to even like graduate high school damn near, right? So my dad was in jail since like middle school. He went to jail. And I was just like, man, I need to do something with my life. I can't I grew up in the 6th ward. We can't live like this forever, man. Like all my friends getting popped off, you know, they going to jail or getting killed. I was like, nah, man, I gotta do something with my life. So the military, they came in, they said, hey, we're going to pay for college and we'll send you to nursing school and this and that. I said, you know what? Sign me up. Let's get it. It wasn't that, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it was life-changing, man. Life-changing.
And what type of attributes would you say that the military taught you that you kind of use to today?
Man, so everything. So leadership, right? Just overall duty, having respect for others. But the biggest thing I would say is adversity, dealing with adversity. Mm-hmm. So basic training was designed to put you into as many scenarios as possible to break you, basically. But you just had to keep going, be resilient, keep going. And it was just like constant. And my entire military career was the same. Just let's put them through this, let's put them through that, let's put them through that. So once I got on the outside world, bro, it's just like, true test of your character, how you deal with adversity. Right. So then it's just like, man, you can't throw nothing my way. I'm still alive. I'm breathing. my family's good, my kids are healthy, shit's gonna happen.
Right.
But it's what you gonna do about it.
What
The
you gonna do
military
about it?
made me that just so resilient, man.
Yeah. Do you miss it?
I miss the brotherhood. I miss,
Yeah.
I miss the people, but I don't miss taking orders from nobody, bro. I
Nah.
don't miss taking orders at all.
I can only imagine. So you went from the military, you got your nursing degree from the military.
hmm
Did you ever utilize that nursing degree out in the civilian world?
Oh, 100%. So I ended up going into the Florida National Guard. So I only did military like 1 week in a month, unless I was doing some other missions. And I was working as a civilian. So ended out my career as assistant manager in the ICU over in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. So I mean, I was running that hospital, man. Running. You can't die on me. Nah.
And how long did you do that?
Oh man, I was nursing for about 7, I want to say like 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was like your breaking moment? Like, hey man, I got to get off this hospital floor and do something else.
It's just, trips. Like I wanted to travel. And then Instagram started like really blowing up, and I'm seeing people just taking trips, and it's the little things like that. I was like, man, I kind of want to go to Dominican Republic right now, right? I want to go to Puerto Rico, but then I had to go make a request to
Yeah.
leave, right? And then, even deeper, this is why I retired my wife. I was like, wait a minute, my wife got to go ask another man to take a trip? Like, nah, no, we can't live like this. So I made a decision, like, I'm going to go hard. We're going to start a business. Like you said, proximity. All my business partners, they left their full-time job. I was the last one working. The last one working. So I asked them, yo, how would you hit up my guy Malcolm? Hey, like, how was you feeling when you left? What made you decide to leave, man? He said, you just gotta leave. You just gotta do it. Stack up some bread, make sure you got some income coming in, and you gotta take a chance on yourself. That was it.
That's
what I needed.
So when you left nursing, did you know real estate was going to be your breakthrough?
I knew real estate was gonna be my breakthrough, but here's what a lot of people don't understand. I was not a millionaire when I retired from nursing, right? I retired from nursing at 29. They thought I was lying, but I said, no, this is it. I left. I had some assets. I had some tenants paying me, but I was not here yet, right? I took a chance, man. Took a chance. I had some monthly income coming in, and I said, you know what? With the time that I'm going to gain from this 40, 60 hours a week, I can focus on myself mentally, physically, and spiritually, and I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to make more money. And that's exactly what happened.
Yes. So, why do they call you Tax Deed Wolf, bro? Like, where does that name come from? Is that a childhood name, Wolf?
You know what? It's funny. I was in network marketing, one of these programs, and we had an experiment where it was like figure out your animal or something, right? And everybody, a lot of people gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And so it was the wolf. And then when I got into the whole, when Instagram was like kind of like, man, you can do great on Instagram, I was gonna start documenting my journey, and I was looking at social media, search engine optimization, and I was like, man, I need to come up with something that's like catchy, but something that's also going to get searched. And there was not many people doing tax deeds at the time. Okay. So I was like, it's got to have tax deed in it, right? So people looking for tax deeds, they're going to find me. So it's like tax deed wolf. I'm running with it. I'm running with it. I ain't really care what nobody thought. I was just like, all right, I'm running with it. And that's what happened.
Bro, I hear you keep bringing up the word tax deed. What the hell is a tax deed? Break that down for me.
Oh, man, this is where y'all want to get y'all's notebooks out for real.
Because I have literally no clue what a tax deed is.
So in the U.S., whenever you own a property, you have to pay your property taxes unless you're exempt, like 100% disabled veteran or something. Most of us have to pay property taxes. When we don't pay those property taxes, county or local municipality or whoever's running this is going to take that property, they're going to sell it at an auction. So depending on what state you live in, you're either going to have a tax lien auction, tax deed auction, tax redemption deed auction. You may have something called sheriff's sale. You may even have things like land banks, scavenger sales. There's so many different types of tax sale. The counties need that money. They got teachers to pay. They got firemen to pay. They just have so many different organizations or entities to pay. So those bad apples of the neighborhood just sitting there are actually sucking your city dry, right? They're sucking your county dry. So they want investors to come in and get, turn these properties around. So if you can pay those property taxes, you come in and we get those, man. The opening bid on a lot of these properties is just what the back taxes are owed. And it's usually about 2 years. So $3,000 we coming in, we're getting land, quarter-acre land parcels that are buildable, not in the middle of nowhere. We're getting houses. I got a house for $500, right? We're doing a thing earlier. We seen there was a quarter-acre land parcel for $250.
Yeah, I saw that in real time. Couldn't believe it.
People don't believe me when I tell
did not believe. If you would have told me that, I would have never believed that.
Bro, people are asleep.
Yeah.
Sleep. Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. So, walk me through like a tax deed auction. Are you going somewhere physically? Is this something that we can do from the comfort of our homes? Do we have to have some type of education when we going in there, or can we just jump straight in the field and just start 50, 100, 150? Is it that smooth, or how does that work?
You don't need a license. You don't need good credit. There's no qualifications. All you have to do is make an account in most cases, right? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go find the entity that conducts the sale. That's typically, you're going to start with your county clerk of court. You go there, you go to the website, you're looking for anything tax delinquency, tax deed, tax liens, whatever. If you can't find it, contact us section, call them up. Hey, what happens when people don't pay their property taxes here? Do we have auctions, right? Where can I find the list? Just ask the questions, right? Mm-hmm. So once you find that list, this is where we start doing our due diligence. That's our research in real estate. We're looking to make sure these parcels aren't landlocked. We're making sure that, they have road access. We're making sure we're not thinking that we're buying a house, but it's been burned down, right? There's a lot of things we're looking into. What's the value of the house? So we can determine how much we're actually going to spend on it in auction to make sure we can actually make money from this thing, right? Mm-hmm. So we're doing our due diligence. We show up to auction, and in most cases, all you need is a deposit. All you need is a deposit, and you can go ahead and bid an auction. In the case we were talking about earlier, I think it was $100 deposit to get started.
Okay.
A lot of people got $100, right? And that property was only going for $250. That was a quarter-acre land parcel. And there was a lake right there, too. It was a pretty decent area. Mm-hmm. So, man, that's all you need is to know what to do.
Know what to do.
All you need is the knowledge.
And how often are these auctions?
I can be in an auction damn near every day of the week, man.
Ooh.
Damn near every day of the week, because every state's different, every county's different. So to give you an example, Florida has 67 counties. Each county runs their own auction, and it's on different days of the week. So we may have Monday auctions, Tuesday auctions, Wednesday auctions, Thursday auctions. Yes. Now, in Texas, you guys are normally the first Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
Right? So this is important to know when your auctions are going to be, right? What happens after you win? Texas is also a redemption deed state, meaning you don't get the deed right away, or you don't get complete ownership right away. Well, in Florida, I do. Soon as I win, it's mine immediately, right? And some other states, it may be a redemption deed state, or you may be a lien state where you're not getting any ownership at all once you win. You're only bidding to make sure that your money keeps growing so the owner can come back and pay you interest to keep the property. Okay. So many different important things that you want to know in this industry. If not, you're just losing money. You're just throwing money out there. Might as well just be playing the lottery.
Now, would you say that your strategy that you like to focus only on tax deed states, or would you mess with a state that does redemptions or liens?
I do it all.
Okay.
I do it all. So basically what I've done is I've broken this game down, and we do this nationwide, right?
Okay.
So I've broken this thing down more of a portfolio thing. So let's say I have $100,000, right? I may put a percentage of that into doing the BRRRR strategy, right? I may put 20% into just getting liens. I may put another 20% into getting deeds. Now, why do I say liens? Some people are like, oh man, I don't want to wait 2 years on a redemption. I don't want to wait 3 years, depending on what your redemption period is. Mm-hmm. Well, they just don't know which states to go to. There are some states where if you get liens and the owner doesn't come pay you back with interest, it's going to convert into a deed. Every state's not like that. In some states, if you get the lien, doesn't mean you're ever getting a deed to that property. So we identify which states are going to be the best and quickest for us to make money, and those are the states that we're going to go to. Mm-hmm. Now, we don't even always wait for the auction, man. This is where the real sauce came in. I got tired of losing an auction, so I said, what are we going to do about this? We started getting the properties from the homeowners before the auction ever came up, because we didn't want to be in auction dealing with Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, other hedge funds. Right. So we coming in there swooping these things up before the auction. Now, when you go see the list, redeemed, the Wolves already got it. My Wolves done already cleaned up that auction.
Damn. Okay.
Don't share that one too much.
I like that. So would you say that's your strategy more than going to the auction? Like, doing off market deals?
That's one of the strategies for sure. Because
Okay.
I used to go to the auctions and buy the land, right? Let's say I got a land parcel for 3,000 and I sold it for 12K. Well, then it's like, wait a minute, wholesaling exists. So why am I even buying it, right? So now we just get it under contract. I'll go and sign that to an end buyer and make the same amount of money, if not more, without even having to spend my money. So now we don't even have to buy them. We can just flip the contracts.
Ooh.
It gets saucy. It gets really saucy, but
Yes.
people don't know, man.
Nah, that's crazy sauce. That's crazy sauce. So, man, I buy cars from auctions, right? And it's very risky. Like, a lot of mechanics play games. A lot of people play games. Like, the bidders may snip a cord, so when it goes down the auction line, it pop, 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 and goes for 500. Then as soon as they win it, they go put the cord back together. Is there things like in the tax deed auctions that you have to look for?
100%. So minus the actual parcel itself, like not being landlocked in the middle of nowhere, right? We need to make sure that we're buying parcels that people will want if our strategy is going to be to flip them, right? Who are you going to sell it to? Always think about the end.
Okay.
So in real estate or beginners, when they see social media, we always think about the entry. They never think about the exit. And the exit is the most important part, damn near. Because you can't say I'm going to go buy something, I'm going to put it on Airbnb. Airbnb's not even legal here. You see what I'm saying? So we always have to think about the exit strategy and the cash flow strategy, right? The operational part of the business. So in tax sale, that's huge. But then what's also huge is clearing the title. Because once you get a parcel from most tax sales, it's going to cloud the title, right? The government is seizing this property, taking it from me, giving it to you. It's unjust, right? If we're being technical about it.
Right.
So then we have to go through a title clearing process, which I own a title company, Wolf Title, which is one of a handful of title companies in the nation that can actually insure tax deed properties. And we can do it in 10 to 14 days, right? So once you clear the title, you're good to go. You want to make sure there's no other liens on the property. You want to make sure there wasn't any deed fraud from before, right? There was a property one time I got where the owner died and then there was a deed transfer after the date that was on the death certificate.
Just some...
what happened there, right? So there can be title issues with these properties. Things need to add up.
Right. And how long you been doing this?
Man, I've been in this game for about 8 years.
8 years. So in your 8 years of doing this, give me one bad deal that you bought and what you learned from it. Just one that just on the top of your head that you just
Yeah, let me put this out there. It ain't always rainbows and unicorns. There were so many bad deals in the beginning, right? So one of my first tax deeds that I bought, I got it in Daytona Beach, okay? Now I got it for about $3,000. I found a builder. He was going to buy it. He was going to develop on it. You know, he was going to give me like $11,000 for the property. Cool. I'm winning.
You're right.
Well, he did his research and found out that there were some other liens on the property. I was like, oh shit. I'm sweating now. Like, oh crap, what does this mean? Like, does this like stop the sale? The liens came up to about $2,000 or something like that. They were what we call lot clearance liens. The county had been sending people out there to cut the grass and stuff. So there was a bill that had accrued over like 2-3 years. So he was like, you know what? I found these liens. I'll still buy it, but I need you to work with me a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just drop the price for the liens. I still sold it to him, right? But that was like a huge, like, oh my gosh, what the heck was I? I didn't know about other liens at the time, right? There were no tax deed mentors when I got in this game, or social media wasn't really that prevalent. And if there were mentors, they were only specific to their area, right? We were one of the first people to really take this nationwide and say, we're going to do deeds, liens, we're going to figure it all out. So, you know, I got to go test the waters. So then I'm just buying things, just doing research, buying, calling attorneys, figuring out laws, making partnerships, proximity is power, right? Going to events, just soaking up this knowledge. And I developed this, I'm going to say almost perfect game plan, right? That I've tested over and over and over and over and over. My students use it. The ones you met today, they flipped like 10 properties using this framework, and they made money off all 10 of those properties. And they still have some that are cash flowing right now. So it takes time, it takes grind, but eventually you get that perfect,
I like that
perfect strategy.
I like that. So walk me through your due diligence strategy. Like, what do you do checking off every checkbox when you're doing this tax deed?
All right, I'm gonna give him a ton of game right now.
Okay.
The due diligence when it comes to tax sale starts way before we even start looking at the property. All right, due diligence starts with the process itself. How do we enter in this auction? Do we need to put a deposit? How soon do we need to put a deposit, right? Auction may be in March, deposit needs to be in by January 31st, right? So there's a lot that goes into the process. Then we get into the market. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't find anything. Well, you're looking right in Miami. Miami's a low cap rate city, meaning purchase prices are high as hell. The tax sale auction's still gonna have prices that are high as hell. So then we're like, okay, where's the money going? What big companies are about to start investing or building headquarters, and what cities that people don't really talk about often, that you damn near have to live there to know what's going on? So then we start looking at these outside markets. All right, everybody's buying in Orlando. I'm gonna go buy in Deltona, Florida. I'm gonna go buy in Apopka. I'm gonna go buy here. Like cities that if you aren't in Florida near Orlando, you don't know what the hell city I even just said. So then we go there. It's like, okay, we're going to get properties for cheaper. Taxes are going to be cheaper. Rents are almost going to be the same. Like they're going to be close, if not the same. So that's, man, I'm giving everything right now. Holy crap. So, so then once we figure this out, then we got to go into the auction. When we go into the auction, super simple. We need to make sure this land, we got to think about our exit.
Okay.
So if we're going to flip to a builder, we need to look for some things that builders are going to be looking for. All right, the size. I can't go get a 0.08 acre lot if the neighborhoods, they're building 3.2s and the builder wants to build a 3.2, right? 1,800 square feet. I can't fit that on a 0.08 acre lot. So we're looking at that. We're looking at the land itself, the terrain. Is it wetlands, right? Can we even build on this? What can we build? We're looking at the value. Is a builder going to build on this if the ARV on a new build is only $100K, right? So people think, I'm gonna just buy land in this city in the middle of nowhere. Who you selling it to?
Who you selling it to?
Who you selling it to? Nobody's gonna buy that. So all these things we're looking for, and then when we finally go to auction, or before auction, before we even show up, we want to check for liens too. Now, in a lot of cases, we can search this publicly. We can just, a lot of it's public. We can just go make the search. Sometimes you need to pay. You may need to go to the municipality and pay $10 or whatever to see the municipal liens. Okay. There's other third parties out there. You can literally just go pay them. They'll do all the work for you.
So that's pre-auction. What's the due diligence do you do during the auction?
So during the auction, we should have already pretty much had everything done before the auction. By the time we come to auction, then it's psychological, right? Okay. So the same way people count cards when they play a card game, it's the same thing at auction. We don't just, if we're doing one property at a time and there's a 2-minute clicker on each property, we're not just going to show up and just $100,000 right off the bat. There's a game we're going to play, right? Humans think, I'm going to give you an example. Humans think very, very negative. We think so many negative thoughts a day, more negative thoughts than positive, that research says, right?
Damn.
So in a Florida auction, to give you an example, on realauction.com, if you're not winning the bid, there's a big ass red bar that says you are not, like, you don't have the high bid, right? So if somebody is in that auction and they have the highest bid, I'll wait it out, right? I'm not going to come bid right away. I'll wait it out. Now, what newbies do, they're going to bid in $100 increments. If that's the minimum, there's $100, $100, $100. What's $100? Nothing. If the bid's $2,000, oh, $100, $100. I'm gonna just keep bidding. Oh, I'm the highest bidder now. Oh, I'm the highest bidder. I'm gonna just keep bidding $100. What's the extra $100? Well, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna go ahead and put my max bid in. I'm not gonna let you think that you even have a chance.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
So when you bid another $100, you see that big bright ass red bar. You're not good enough. And so newbies, especially, they get psyched out and they're like, they just think, damn, these guys. And I hear it all the time. These hedge funds are in here bidding. Bro, the hedge funds ain't in there. Bro, they ain't in there bidding in every auction.
Right.
You just don't know what you're doing. You got outbid by one person. And they're, oh, these hedge funds are in there. They buying up everything. That's not true.
So you hit them with a max bid on your first bid?
Max bid on the first bid. It's a proxy though.
Okay.
So if the bid's at $2,500 and I bid $10,000, I'm not winning at $10,000. I'm just upping everybody else's bid that's under that. So if the highest bid was $3K, I'm now the highest bidder at $3,100. But when they see that big red bar, most people are gonna stop. Now I'm not saying this is gonna win you every auction,
Right.
but every single percentage that we can increase our chances helps. So if I do this 100 times, I'll win 5 to 10 extra properties.
But wouldn't someone see your proxy and say,
They
I'm
don't
about
know
to
your
screw this guy
proxy.
over and go 9,900 just so he can pay 10?
They don't know your proxy.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't see it. You don't know how many people are in the auction. You can't see their property. Now, this is something that works for online auctions. So in person, it's going to be different,
Yeah.
right? So there's different strategies depending on what auction we're going to.
So you go into the auction, say for instance, you win 10 properties, right? What's the next step? How do you start cash flowing? Do you hit your investors up? Do you say, hey, I'm going to fix and flip this one? What's your first to go to mindset?
So we know our exit before we ever get in there. And in a lot of cases, if I'm going to go buy something, it's predetermined. Okay, I'm going to buy this and I'm going to sell it to a builder. I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to hold on to it and we're going to start developing on this ourselves. I'm going to buy this one and I'm going to just wait it out. Because there's some areas where we just know it's going to blow up in the future. We'll go buy things and we'll keep it for 5-10 years until that area develops more, right? So all predetermined. All predetermined.
Okay.
And it just depends on every parcel is different. Every real estate deal is different.
Yes.
A lot of newbies say, I'm going to just do this one thing. This one thing. That's it. But if you really want to be good at this, you have a bunch of different arsenals in your bag, right? So be able to do any tax sale, wholesale, the BRRRR strategy, fix and flips, right? Multifamily. You should technically want to know how to do a lot of different things,
Right.
because that's where opportunities come. You may have a deal for me and you tell me all this stuff and if I don't know anything, I'm gonna say, oh no, man, I can't do it. But because we know creative acquisitions, there are so many different ways I can structure a deal to make it a win for you and a win for me.
No, I like that. What's the biggest deal that you've closed?
Biggest deal that I've done was actually the first house that I purchased. I got it for $70,000 in 2013.
Whoa, hold on, 70,000 from the auction?
No. This was actually a regular deal.
Oh, okay.
This was just on the market.
Okay.
So I got this for $70,000, 13, 14. I got back from Afghanistan, used my VA loan.
Okay.
So I got the house for free, right? No down payment, got the house for free.
So you bought a house?
Bought a house.
Okay.
And went ahead and I pimped it out. All right. I had tenants in there paying me. After I stayed in there for like a year or something.
Okay.
Put tenants in there after that. Then I turned it into an Airbnb. Just making money. Money. Mortgage is like $500. I'm getting $3,500, $4,000 a month on this one house. Right? Then I sold the house. Get this. I sold the house for almost $300,000. I got it for $70K. This is years later, but I sold it. This has showed me real estate was the way, right? So then it was like, holy crap. Then we started, let's do this more. Then I'm learning about OPM, other people's money. So then we're like, okay, let's start doing this thing. So we raised up about $400K, went ahead and we started doing this a lot more heavy. So we're getting houses, $16K worth $250K, $30K worth $300K, right? So then we just kind of just started going really heavy. That's what changed the game for me. Once I figured out OPM and leveraging, then I wasn't spending my own cash anymore. Lenders are giving us 90% of the money. We're putting up 10%, which is from another bank, right? More OPM. We're getting these properties, and then the lender, look, even with the tax deeds, the lender will give you 100% of the rehab. So the lender's giving us the rehab, we do the work, and then we refi out and take all this tax-free money out, and then we just keep repeating the process. So we can BRRRR a tax deed, right? BRRRR just stands for buy a distressed property.
Okay.
Tax deeds are distressed properties. So we're getting them through tax auction. We're getting them from other wholesalers, other real estate investors, from realtors, off market, on Zillow. Houses can come from anywhere.
Yes. No, that's crazy. That is crazy. So I heard you say like tax deed, tax redemption. What is a redemption actually? Because I have no clue.
Oh, that's a good question, man. I'm sounding like a real nerd up here right now.
Bro. I appreciate it, bro. You lacing me up. You lacing everybody up, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know what the hell a tax redemption is. I mean, this game right here is untold. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yep. So when you're dealing with tax sale properties, specifically liens and redemption deeds, okay? With a lien, we have what we call a redemption period. So if you live in Louisiana and let's just say you owe back taxes on your property, right? It's been 2 years that passed, you owe $3,000. What happens is it's going to be sold at a tax lien auction first.
Okay.
So if I come in and I win, excuse me, if I come in and I win, you have what we call a redemption period in which you can come pay me back. Okay.
Okay.
So if every state's redemption period is different, if they have a redemption period, right? So let's say you have a 2-year redemption period.
Right.
That means you have 2 years to come pay me back with whatever interest that I won at to keep your property. If not, then it may be possible that I can get your actual deed on
who
that property.
dictates the interest rate? Like how much
The
interest?
state.
Oh, the state does.
The state, yeah. So state, every state is different, right?
Okay.
Now, and then there's the auction too. So we may start out at 20% on an interest, but we may be bidding down 19%. No, I want it at 18%. No, I want it at 17%. So there's bid down on interest, right?
Oh, damn.
So there's so many different types of auctions.
Right.
Now with tax redemption deeds, there's also a redemption period. If you, let's say I'm in Texas, okay? We're in Texas. So I go first Tuesday of the month, I win something. All right, cool. The deed's going in my name, but there's still a redemption period in which the owner can come pay me back with interest to keep the property. If they don't pay me back, okay, then it's official. I got it, right? But if they do pay back, then all right, it's going back to them.
Now, during that redemption period, do you have to maintain the house, cut the grass? Like, is it your house or?
It's not yours.
Okay.
It's not yours. I don't do now. There's some next level strategies out there in which I know of people that will, I mean, I've seen people go as far as renting the property out, right? I don't tell people to do that though. There's some people that are next level. They know what they're doing. They've done a ton of research. They know that there's nobody with a claim to come get this property. They'll take their chances, right?
Right.
I'm not telling anybody to do that. It's a lot of liability,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
for sure.
I just tell people, don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
do nothing until it's officially yours.
You want it to look as trash as possible
I don't, yeah.
because you don't want
It's
the
not
person to
yours.
think, let me come back and get my house. Like
You're
the worst
an
it
angel
looks.
investor if you put any money into that house, right? Now, there's some places where, and this varies by state, so you really got to do your research. This is why community is so great, being plugged in with the right people, because there's some places where if you do put some work into that property, that becomes part of what they owe you to get it back.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
Right?
thinking. Yeah.
But that's not everywhere.
Okay.
That's not everywhere. Now, and then we do live in a country where it just depends on how good your attorney is versus,
Yes.
you know
How
what I mean?
savvy
If we're
you are.
being honest, we're being honest, I've seen a lot of things go different ways that technically weren't supposed to. So, but
And it
be
seems
safe.
like the redemptions may be a little cheaper than the liens. Am I right? I mean, the deeds.
The deeds are better, in my opinion, because you actually take ownership, right? I
Right.
want deeds, no redemption. I want to take ownership immediately because I'm going to go make some money.
Okay.
If you got $20,000 sitting in a savings account, how much money are you really making, right? You're losing because inflation's beating you, right? But if I take that 20K and I go buy 4 land parcels for, let's say, $5,000, and let's just say I just only sell them for 10K, all of them, my money just grew tremendously, right? Tremendously versus just sitting in that savings account. So why would I go wait with the liens, wait a year, 2 years, 3 years on these redemptions if I can go get deeds and own them right away? Now, liens is a part of my strategy because I believe in wealth, and there are houses that I've gotten liens for $500 that I eventually did get the deed, right? But we got to know what state we're talking about. Is the lien
Right.
gonna turn into a deed? So, like in Alabama, the lien does mature into a deed. So every year, I'm buying at least 3 to 5 properties in a state like Alabama.
Right.
If I can get it for $500 to $1,000, and when I say properties, I'm talking houses, not land. Houses that I've gotten for $500 that are worth as is $30K. Beat up houses, not they
Yeah.
need some work,
Right.
but still, I just made money.
Yes, yes. So I'm kind of educated on the tax redemptions, kind of how you broke it down, but I'm still kind of lost on the liens. Like, what's the difference between a tax lien and a redemption?
Oh yeah, you good. Hey, you're lost because we kind of skipped that part. We did kind of skip that part. Okay, so a tax lien is just a debt. A lien is a debt in general, right?
Isn't the redemption a debt too?
No,
Aren't they in
redemption is
debt?
just a period, right? Redemption. What's the redemption period, right?
Okay.
So we go all the way back. There are many types of liens. There's not just tax liens. There's mortgage liens. There's mechanics liens. There's a bunch of liens, but a lien just means, hey, you owe somebody money.
Okay.
That's pretty much what a lien is.
Okay.
So the tax lien is just the same thing. If I came and got your house at $3,000, I only paid the debt for you to help the county. The county needs the money right away, so they sell the lien. So I don't own your property. I just have this. I paid this debt, and you owe me. That's what a lien is. A lien is I owe you. That's all it is.
Okay.
A deed is ownership of the actual land, the real property.
Oh yeah, I got the deed. I got the deed part. That's easy money all day.
But the lien is just a debt.
Can the banks pick up the liens?
No.
They're not allowed to buy the liens.
Banks can't buy and sell real estate if we're
Okay.
being technical about it. Could you imagine if banks could go out there and just buy houses? We'd be screwed. They need to put it in your name. You get the house, they give you the money. Banks buy and sell money.
Okay. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Man,
don't get that idea, banks.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So the redemptions. Okay, I'm kind of liking the redemptions because it seems like you can get a house for cheaper and just collect the interest on it, right? Do you ever meet the person who owns the house and kind of talk to them? Is that ever a thing or?
No. Yes and no. All right. Yes and no. So if I'm going to meet the person or talk to the person that owns the property, it's usually before the auction ever comes because I'm trying to negotiate a deal with them. If I get the property in auction,
yeah,
I'm typically not talking to that person. Now, there's a few different angles to look at there. I won't say there's a right or wrong unless we're talking about what the law states or something, right?
Right.
But there are people who try to go ahead and just negotiate and just still get the property from them if they have that interest in that property. But I don't talk to them. I don't want to remind them that
yes.
I'm not talking to them at all.
Okay.
All right. People are crazy out here. They think you're this big bad person. Normally we go for vacant properties anyway.
Okay.
Usually the owner has passed. They have no heirs to take it over, or the heirs are on drugs, or the heirs just don't have no money anyway. They never cared about the property. So I'm typically not dealing with too many homeowners anyway.
Mm-hmm. Now, how are you finding like the pre-auction deals? Like the strategy that you said, hey, I go to them before. How do you find these houses or properties or lands?
Yep. So your county's going to provide you with that auction list, right? You take that auction list and you literally have all the information typically right on the property appraiser site. So all I need is the owner's name and their address. I go to a website like truepeoplesearch.com or been verified. I put that information in, skip trace, get their phone number, call them up. Or their address might be there. It could be a different address.
Right.
I can go knock on the door if it's close to me, but normally we're just going to skip trace it. I found people on Facebook before.
And what's that conversation like? So off market, what's that conversation like with the owner?
Yeah, too easy. So if I'm calling them up, I'm positioning myself as a helper. Sometimes people want to be the big bad investor. Hey, let me buy your property. They don't want to hear that.
Let's role play real quick. Let's role play.
Man, let's role play real quick. Let's role play real quick.
I'm owner of the house and I'm behind on my bills.
I got to do the phone thing.
All right, call me.
So ring.
Hello, this is Mike.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? This is Joseph. So the county provided me with a list of properties and I saw 123 Forest Drive on here. And it said it was going to a tax sale. I was calling to see if I could help you out with that.
Man, how can you help me, man? I'm tired of this house.
You tired of it? Okay, cool. So what we normally do, Mike, is that lien that you have on that property says about $3,000. We're going to go ahead and take care of that lien for you. And then there's some other liens. We're going to handle all that, clean up the house for you and everything. And we're going to put some money in your pocket. So can I give you $20,000 for this house and take care of all those liens for you?
How are you going to put money in my pocket?
We're going to buy the house from you and take care of all the liens. You said you stressed with the house, right?
Man, it sounds like a scam, man.
So let's do this, Mike. How about, are you free tomorrow, 3 p.m.?
Yeah, I'm free.
So we'll come over. We're going to go ahead and show you everything. We're going to walk over it step by step. We're going to break down everything for you, how we got here, the liens. We're going to break it all down, the cost, the tax liens, the deeds. We're going to go over what we're going to take care of for you, and we're still going to talk about how we get the $20,000 in your pocket. Now we're gonna close this with title companies. All right, we're gonna go title companies and attorneys. So you're safe, you're protected, title insurance, everything, all by the books.
Man, I'm liking what you're saying, Joseph, but I'm still a little skeptical, man. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll talk about it. But it sounds kind of good, but I'm still a little skeptical.
All right, perfect, and that's fine. That just means you care. Right? You don't want to get screwed over. I understand that. So we're gonna come over tomorrow. We're gonna break everything down for you, cover the liens, and show you how we're gonna get you the $20,000 in your pocket.
Okay, so that's how you get to the property with that phone call, right? That's how you meet the owner, right?
Yep.
And then,
in a nutshell, we was going quick. Normally, we might have to toggle, build some
more pain points
and all this and all that.
yes.
But yeah.
Typically, they telling you a lot of pain points, right?
Normally, they talking their butts off. Normally, I don't have to ask.
Right.
If we're being honest, I don't have to ask anything.
Yes.
They're just talking. And to be honest with you might get a bunch of FUs.
Yeah.
You're a faggot. Don't call me. You're going to hear it all.
Okay.
It don't always go as easy. It's a volume thing. It's a numbers game.
Okay.
It's a numbers game for sure.
Okay. All right. And are you typically making these calls, or you have a team that does this?
Oh man, at this point got a team that's doing all this.
Yeah,
we got cold callers. So we got cold callers that are calling leads, turning them into warm leads, so then my closers can go ahead and take over. As far as the tax sale, we just use that list as a leads list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there are some auctions that we still go to because it just makes more sense to go to the auction. To give you an example, if we're winning properties at $2,000 in the auction, but the back taxes owed is $1,800, right? We're really winning it right by opening bid. I'm not gonna call this homeowner to try to give them any money if I have a better chance of getting it for cheaper in the auction, because I gotta pay the back taxes anyway. So if you agree to give it to me for $3K, I still gotta go pay the $2K in back taxes. You see what I'm saying? So depending on the property, depending on the auction, sometimes it's better to just go to the auction. The auction wipes out a lot of other liens too. So if there's a mortgage on the property, we want it to go to auction because it'll kill the mortgage, right? So there's so much to the game. So much to the game.
So much to the point you gotta have a mentor. So you teach this, right?
100%.
Tell me, what does it look like you being my teacher?
So I was a nurse. Got to come at it at a holistic point. I can't give you a medication for your heart not knowing how it's going to affect your lungs, your kidney, right? So what we do, we start all the way from the beginning. What's your goal, right? Is it passive income? Do you want to flip some properties? Do you want to build wealth for your kids? What's your ultimate goal? What's your business structure look like? What's your credit look like? You need to, as a real estate investor, you need decent credit. You need a properly structured business. You need business funding, right? And then we get to the investing. So working with us, we're gonna make sure all that's good. If you need credit repair, cool. We got credit repair in-house. If you need your business structure, we're breaking all that down to you. How to do it the right way. You see these guys, I'm just gonna go open up an LLC, and they don't know what the hell they're just listening to a bunch of different social media reels, and nobody's quite put it all together for them. So they're doing a lot of things, putting approval killing words in their business title. They're using risky businesses when they're doing their NAICS, when they're telling the bank their NAICS code, right? So there's a lot of things that people don't know. So we're doing all that with you, and then we're showing you exactly how to go into the auctions, win the properties, how to do the BRRRR strategy, how to do fix and flips, how to wholesale, everything.
So earlier today, I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but you were teaching earlier today, and you kind of said that you gave someone $1 million blueprint, right?
$1 million blueprint.
I want to go back to role playing again. You about to give me $1 million blueprint, bro. So ask me the questions so you can give me the $1 million blueprint.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what questions I asked earlier.
I think you was like, what's your goal first?
We about to give you $1 million blueprint. So
okay.
if your goal is you want to be a millionaire.
My goal is to build wealth for my kids.
Okay. So a lot of people's goal, they want to build wealth, right? But we also need cash flow. And most of my mentees want to leave their job. That's the big, they want to leave their 9 to 5.
Yes.
So along leaving their 9 to 5, we have to come up with their number. What's your number? How much money do you need to leave your full-time job?
I need at least $150K.
A year?
A year.
So somebody do the math for me on that, because I suck at math. But let's just say you need to make $10,000 a month. All right.
Yes.
Let's just say you said 120K, 10,000. I got to do easy math here.
Okay.
All right. I suck at math.
All right.
Need
120.
calculators. So 20K a month?
20K a month is like 240K.
Oh, okay. So 10K a month.
Yeah.
We got to make 10K a month. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So how we break this down is, and what I was explaining to them is one asset at a time. Okay. Now, if we want to really, we can house hack. You got VA loan. You're going to use FHA. Okay, cool. Let's get multiple units on that first deal.
So I already have a house in my name. So I don't think I can buy another house.
All right.
What do you suggest?
You can buy another house.
Oh, okay.
One thing I will say, you can buy another house.
Okay.
But let's go on investment properties. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna look for we need to create as much cash flow as possible while building equity at the same time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be going for distressed properties. All right. Whether that's from tax sale, whether that's from wholesalers, however you're getting these distressed properties. So we're gonna go with one asset at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. We don't need to be a millionaire today.
But I have no money, bro. I have no money. But I got good credit though.
You got good credit.
No money.
We going way back. All right.
Yeah, I ain't got no money.
Back. So you got good credit. We're gonna start your LLC.
All right.
Okay, or we're gonna start your company. If you don't have one, we're gonna go ahead and get that filed.
Okay.
Then we're gonna walk into the banks. We're gonna leverage banking relationships. We're gonna get you that money from the banks. All right.
Okay.
So if your credit is good, your business is structured. We've put you on the map now. Everything's set up the right way. You got your Google business profile. You got your social media.
Yes.
Like your EIN. You're everywhere. You're good. All right. You're clean. You don't look like a scammer.
Right.
We walking in the bank. We're gonna get that money from the banks. All right.
All right.
Now, typically we see people with good credit. Everybody's profile is different, but typically we want to see you get at least 50 to 100K. All right.
Okay.
At least. Okay. Now, some people get 200, 250. Okay, cool. But we want to get you at least 50 to 100K.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna start playing this game of Monopoly. We got the funding. Now we need to go ahead and create cash flow with that funding. We can't just let that funding sit.
No.
We can't go just be spending that money.
Yes.
And then now we got to pay it back. So we're going to go out there. We're going to start buying these assets. Now, we typically want multiple doors if we can. Single families are cool, but if we can get 2 families, 3 families, that's even better. We're going to partner you up with a lender. Lender's going to give you 90%. All right. Some people are familiar with 80%, 70%. Depends on who you're going to, how much experience you have. I have lenders that'll give you 90%, even with no experience.
But, however, I told you I was broke, and most people that's broke have a broke mindset. Ooh. So if you're going to give me 100K, bro, that's more than I done ever seen, man. Like, are you coaching me how to not go back into my broke mindset?
Got to work on the mindset. All the mindsets every day. And that's why proximity is power. That's why proximity is everything. So if you're with us, you're with us. We're going to be on Zoom calls 3 times a week.
Okay, all right.
We're going to be going over this stuff. You're going to be learning. You're going to be connecting with other investors that used to think the same way as you. I used to think that same way, right? So building mindset every day. We got to show you how to use the money. A lot of times, a lot of times people are scared of the money because we were, and this was instilled in us.
Yeah, right.
Don't use the credit cards. Don't do this. But we just didn't know, right? Our parents didn't know.
Right.
So now we're changing that, right? So business credit is great. It's cheap money. It really is. It's cheap money, right?
Okay.
So we're going to leverage that. Lender's going to put up 90%. You only have to bring 10% to the table, right? Now there's going to be a rehab involved because we're buying distressed properties as is. You're going to front that money on those business credit cards. Lender's going to reimburse you. Okay, so if we have a 30K rehab, let's just say your first draw with the contractor is 10K. You're going to swipe the 10K. They're going to do the work. You're going to tell the lender, hey, that was done. They're going to send an inspector to look at it, and they will wire you the 10K for that first draw. Then you're on to the next one, another 10K. Same process. Then you're on to the last draw, another 10K swipe. They send the inspector. The work
so it's broken down into different
draws.
Oh, it's broken down to draws.
Draws.
Not the whole rehab.
So you don't need the full 30K technically.
Sheesh, you need 10.
Right? You're going to have to front a little bit more when they get to move into that second phase. But people think you see an 80K rehab, you don't need 80K to do an 80K rehab. And that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Nah, I didn't know that. Who determines the draws?
You're determining this in your application, right? All the way before the lender's not going to let you get the property without knowing.
Okay.
So when we're doing the application, we're telling them, hey, this is our scope of work. This is what we're doing. We're getting the house for 100K. We're putting 50K into it, but it's going to be worth 300K. They're sending appraisals out to they ain't giving you money without verifying this shit, right?
Okay.
So they're sending the appraisal out to make sure that they're looking at the scope of work. Okay, if he does this, that house is gonna be worth $300K. All right, cool. It's good to go. We're giving you the money.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So we determining all due diligence happens before the sale, right?
Yes.
So you've done the draws. You now have this house. You got it. You got it for $100K.
Right.
You put $30K in a rehab.
Yep.
But let's just say now it's worth $220K. Okay. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a tenant in that property, and then we're gonna refinance that property. Refinance just stands for buying the house again on different terms. So your loan is let's just say you got $130K loan.
But I still haven't made no money yet, right?
You technically haven't made any money yet, right? You technically you've spent only your down payment, but you haven't used any of your money yet.
No.
Too,
Okay.
technically,
All
right?
Yeah.
Your down payment was OPM.
Okay.
Your credit cards, you swipe for the rehab, you've been reimbursed now. See, you've only in OPM on the down payment. All right.
So the bank is paying me back? Who's reimbursing
When
me?
you refinance.
Oh, at the refinance.
The lender pays back your rehab. You have it escrowed in your account. You're getting approved for this in the beginning. So the lenders sent you the $30K back in the draws, right? Like we talked about earlier.
Yes.
You're all in now. You put a down payment in there, but now your loan is somewhere, let's just say $100K. You have a loan.
Okay.
When you refinance, all right, we're buying this house again on different terms. So the lender says, hey, we can give you 80% LTV. We can give you 80% of the value of this home. The home's worth $220K. All right, what's 80? Somebody got to do the calc. 80%, $220K.
140.
All right, so let's say 140. Your loan is at $100K. When you refinance, you're getting $140K. That first loan is getting paid off. You're getting the extra $40K. Now, minus closing fees and everything, you're walking away with profit. You pay that 10% back, whatever that was for your down payment, you pay that back. Now you just made money. You used all other people's money for the down payment for the rehab. The rehab was reimbursed, and now you refinance. You got your down payment back, which was OPM. You pay that credit card off, and now you just walked away with profit and the assets still.
The tenants are still in there, right?
The tenants are still in there paying you $1,500 a month, and let's just say your mortgage is $1,000 a month. So you're still you're net positive, still have the asset, still have the equity because the lender only gave you 80% or 70%, let's say.
Okay.
You still have some equity in that property. So if you keep that property, you keep cash flowing it, years go by, refinance again. You're increasing the rent every year too.
Right.
You refinance again, take more equity out.
Right.
This is what most real estate investors are doing, the good ones. So that's the BRRRR strategy.
That's
all right,
the BRRRR
buy,
strategy.
rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Ooh,
Repeat the process.
I
That's
love
it.
that one. I love that strategy right there.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one, bro. That's the one. That's how I became a millionaire.
Damn, bro. So how many people have you impacted with this strategy?
Thousands at this point. So we have not just followers, but students worldwide. There's people in other countries that come, America's so easy to buy property. All right. They don't care. Then the tax sale auction, I got people in the UK, I got people in Canada, I got people in Dubai coming here buying properties. They don't care. They're coming in here, they're buying the properties. We got so many ebooks sold. I got people who won property just from the ebook. Oh man, thank you so much. I flipped 3 properties from a $20 ebook. All right. People in the community like Keon earlier flipped 10 properties after joining the community.
He did the BRRRR strategy.
He's got a cash flowing asset right now. He's about to get some more.
Yes.
Right. I think they said they're about to refinance and get some money and then go do it again. But yeah, man, that's the strategy. But you have to be consistent, right? You can't, the minute something goes wrong, you can't stop. You can't give up. I would have never been a millionaire today if I stopped, because you best believe with them first houses, I went through some shit. Contractors ran off. This happened, right? You didn't get as much money as you thought from the tenant, like your first tenant. Like there's a lot of things that could happen. The goal is to minimize your risk as much as possible.
Okay.
People want this, I need to just make a ton of money, no risk. Where?
Right.
Where is gonna happen?
Yes.
Right? There's gonna be some risk, but your goal is to take that risk factor from 100%, minimize it, get it as low as you possibly can before you invest. Every time you invest, you're taking a chance. You can go buy a Tesla stock today, and then Tesla can tank tomorrow. Every investment, you're taking a risk, and people got to understand that. You got to have some balls in this.
Yes. So in the you said 8 years you've been doing this?
8 years.
So in the 8 years that you've been doing this, what have you seen kind of change and adapt in the real estate industry? Like, what's something that was bad that's now good now? Technology or?
Technology is one of the biggest changes, right? I mean, when I was growing up, we had AOL dial-up for internet. For crying out, you couldn't be on the phone and on the internet at the same time.
Nah.
Now we got smartphones where we can just pull up, GPS and see property owners' info. I mean, technology has really changed. Some other changes are, besides technology, just want to throw it out there, market cycles. I mean, market changes all the time. So we may go from, hey, now's a good time to sell, COVID, seller's market, and then right after, oh man, there's a lot of inventory actually on the market. Now we're in a buyer's market in most cities. So when changes happen, I mean, we just adapt.
As a real estate investor, do you have strategies for the buyer's market and the seller's market?
So in the sellers, that's a good question. So in the seller's market, we were doing a lot more flips. Okay. Now this depends on who you are, because you can still do the BRRRR strategy in the seller's market. It's whatever. You can do the BRRRR strategy in any market,
right? Because
you're buying distressed properties. All right. Well, in the seller's market, we saw a lot of people, of course, selling. All right, let's make this money. Let's make this money. Well, when things started to transition and there was a lot of volume, then it's like, okay, if I'm going to do a flip, my flip ain't taking 3 months now. My flip might take 6 months. I got to put it on the market, and then it's going to sit for some while. So for a while, I have to have the holding costs to keep covering the mortgage over this time, right? People aren't selling as fast as they thought. COVID got rid of so many real estate investors. Like right after COVID happened, so many real estate investors disappeared because it was easy. The market was going up like crazy every year, and you could buy anything and make money, but we're not there anymore. So when the market changes, we may change our strategy, but I'm gonna be honest, if you're doing the right investments, if you're buying real estate at a discount, you're underwriting, you're gonna be good in almost any market. Rates go up, rates go down, whatever. We'll buy it. I'll buy something at a 10%, right? Like we gotta do our numbers, we gotta make sure it makes sense, but it don't matter to me as long as I'm outperforming the debt.
Yes.
As long as I'm outperforming the debt, whether it comes from a credit card, whether it comes from my auntie.
Outperform the debt. I love that.
Outperform the debt. That's it.
Yes, outperform the debt, right. So earlier you said that you have a title company. What type of advantages does that allow you to have for yourself and your students?
So one, being vertically integrated is great, right? Because we can just keep sending files to companies that we own. I have say in these companies. So if things are getting done wrong, things are getting done slow, I can call people up and just get on them, right? That's a huge advantage of having everything in-house. Well, another advantage is there's not that many title companies out there that can insure tax sale properties, okay? Not many. If you go to a regular title company, they're going to say, hey, you have to hold the property for 4 years, or they're going to say you have to get an attorney and do a quiet title process, which can cost $2,000, $3,000, and it could take a few months, right? It takes time. Well, with us, hey, bring us the tax deed, 10 to 14 days, you'll have clear title. You can sell the property. You can build on it. You can do whatever the heck you want with the property. We're going to give you the title insurance. So our underwriters, our attorneys, they're going to do their special title certification process, make sure everything checks out, make sure the county informed the right people, all the proper steps were taken before that tax auction. And if we deem it fit, we'll go ahead and insure that property for you.
Now, what was it that you said? Title insurance, that your company can handle the title insurance?
Provide insurance on that property from a tax sale.
What does that mean? Like, I'm lost on that.
Yeah, now this is where we're getting really, really into the numbers now. So if you listening to this episode, you're about to learn a hell of a lot.
Heck yeah.
So title is gonna determine how we own something. Okay. So if you gave me a property, okay, cool, you can give me a property, but if I don't go through a title company or if I don't go to an attorney that did the proper research, who's to say that property was even yours to give to me.
Okay.
There could have been some deed fraud that you did with your auntie to get that deed in your name and didn't give it to me. So title is going to determine how that transfer happened and actually ensure that everything was done the right way. Okay. So if you're out here we have quit claim deeds. That's how we can transfer ownership via quit claim deed.
Okay.
You're not getting any insurance. That I can just go get a notary. We can do a quit claim deed today and I can give you a property. You don't know if there's any other liens on the property. You don't know what the hell is going on with that property. So we always recommend go through a title company or an attorney, of course, depending on what state you're in. Some states use attorneys.
Yeah, but you said your company can provide the insurance. A lot of other companies can't.
There's a handful of title companies that can provide insurance on tax sale properties because they won't touch it. They don't know. We're so new to this space.
I see what you're saying.
They don't know tax sale. So I have clients that are attorneys. I have clients that are realtors. I have clients that work at title companies that come to me to learn this stuff.
Essentially, you're taking on the risk by taking by providing insurance.
Exactly. But the research is so in depth that we're not taking on that risk if we find an issue. So that we can deny it.
Oh, okay.
Right? We can deny it. If something don't check out, we're gonna, hey, look, we can't insure this property, or we may give you requirements that need to be met until we can insure this property. So let's just say there was just a transfer. There was a few quit claim deeds that were done, but they forgot to get Susan in the family to sign one from 10 years ago. Hey, we can give you this insurance if you can go get Susan to actually say that she gave up her rights 10 years ago. If not, we can't insure it. You see what I'm saying? Just to give you an example.
No, I see what you're saying. What would you say is one of the missing verticals in your business right now?
Oh, man.
Is it lending?
We always need new lenders. All right. I would say you always need new lenders. There's certain things that you always going to want to make.
You becoming a lender. Like, you got the title, you got all these other verticals. Like, what's the missing vertical that you're missing in your business?
You know what? Software.
Okay.
Software.
There's
we use still so many other softwares. If I had that one software where everything was just
there you go, guys. If you're a software developer, he's your client right there.
That's the one. You made me think hard. I was like, damn, what am I missing? Software.
Cool. Let's go back to you teaching these people on how to do this. So you have a mentorship. Break that down to me. Do you have different tiers? What does it look like? Do we meet up every day? I know you said there's a lot of accountability and mindset in the first part of it. So break me down your mentorship and how I can learn from you.
So we have our Wolf Den. This is our lowest tier mentorship designed for people that have less than $4,000. That mentorship is more so about making sure we get your credit right, make sure that you get your business properly structured, and going to get business funding. Now, in that mentorship, we do educate on tax deeds. We educate on wholesale because these are some quick ways for you to make money. All right. I want you to get your first deal. Now, we also have our academy. Okay. Now, this is 1 year. You work with us for a year. You come in. We're going a lot further in depth in everything. So you've already got your credit right. You got your business structure now. Now it's time to focus a lot more on investing. So this is where we get into underwriting. When I tell you the stuff you learned in school, we threw a lot of that stuff out. But then guess what? The formulas do come back in real estate. So then we have to get into cash on cash return. We have to get in figuring out your NOI, your net operating income. We have to get into purchase cap and all this other stuff. So we're going deeper into the underwriting and the due diligence, really like turning you into an investor, right? It goes as deep as like everybody's different. Some people say, hey, I just want to do this. Then others come in and say, hey, I want to get multifamilies. That's what I want, multifamilies. So your strategy is going to be designed and catered to you. Same way your credit score is, right? Some people may get 200K. Some people can barely get 40K starting out. Yeah. And we have to really work on their banking relationships a lot more. So really depends on where they are when they start, but it's also about what they want to do, where they want to do it at. A lot of mindset. We basically turn them into real estate investors, man. Like you need your own banking relationships are cool. If I can pay to get some from somebody, that's going to speed things up. But you still need to go be building your own. If you gave me 10 banking relationships, I probably should still go get my own tent, right?
Right.
And a lot of people just want to sit there and just, okay, it's cool to be spoon fed, but like, bro, the show still goes on.
Yeah.
Then you got to teach your kids this stuff. You got to teach your spouse this stuff. So we're all about wealth building, man. So it doesn't stop here with our generation. We're structuring you up from the start to finish to when your kids are going to take over.
Right.
So we're going over all that. Then we get it, man, further down the line, you get into putting those properties in trust, getting your like your estate plan, like everything.
Yes.
Everything.
So that's the academy,
Yep.
right? Me personally, I'm like a 101 type of student. Like for my son, he do basketball training. We skipping the group training because I know how much emphasis a 101 does. I know how much tailor that you get when you have a 101. Do you offer that 101?
100%. So my students, my mentees, the people requested this structure and we provided. So they were like, hey, I want to work one-on-one with you, but I want to have some money left over, right? Like these other guys are charging $70K off the jump, $45K off the jump. And like, look, I mean, I got it, but then I'd be broke after.
Right.
So it's like, you know what? We'll work with you depending on if they qualify.
Okay.
They need to meet a certain criteria. You got to have at least $60,000 in buying power. It doesn't have to be liquid, but you need the buying power.
Mm-hmm.
You put a down payment down, and then we go into profit share, right? I don't see a lot of people doing this. So you put a down payment down, and then I'm going to coach you. I'm going to consult with you, provide deals to you, everything, help you get your business structured, help you with business credit, all that. And then we take 40% of the profit. All right. So we take 40% of the profit for that year. That year's up. We good to go.
I love that.
It forces me to make you money.
Yeah.
I don't get paid unless you get paid.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm skipping over the academy, me personally. I'm skipping over that because that's more for like investors or, people with the big buying power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can learn through experience.
You're learning like we're really doing the flip. I'm giving you the contractor. I'm giving you the lender, walking you through the application. Like, I mean, you get my phone number.
Yes.
This isn't a group coaching model.
Right.
You can call me up. Oh yeah, you're gonna do this. We're getting on Zoom calls. So like we go all out for our one-on-ones.
So all you need to do is see my buying power and I qualify as a 101?
Yeah. You got to pass the psych eval. I mean, look, we ain't going to work with everybody, but you have to have a realistic goal.
Okay.
Some people come and it's just the things they say sometimes is like, we can't work. Oh, man, yeah, I'm trying to make money now. Make $200,000 in a month.
No, you're not taking that. Yeah.
No, we can't work with that. No.
Okay.
You need to understand that this is not a get rich quick. Yes. We got work to do. And the strategy I broke down earlier, hey, you can become a millionaire in 3 years, but that's fast. That's me working with you. You got to listen to me. Everything got to go right, right? If you don't have the right mindset, you keep stopping. You're playing the hokey pokey. One day you're here, next day you're there. It's going to take longer. But for my people who stay dedicated, they show up. We have 3 classes a week, Tuesdays and on Thursdays. You stay, you show up. We got the modules, of course, online. We have a calendar with links for the live classes. It's hard, bro. It's hard to go wrong. All right. All you got to do is show up. You do that, bro, in 3 years, 3 to 5 years, bro, somebody can become a millionaire.
I love that.
Become a millionaire.
That. So we talked a lot about exit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your exit strategy in this business?
Right now, it's create as much cash flow as possible and build as much equity as possible. So my exit is BRRRR. That refinance is my exit.
Okay.
All right. I refinance and my tenants are gonna continue to pay me. That's the go-to exit because not only are you continuing to build your net worth, right? Because you still have equity in these properties. You're building your net worth, but you're also building your cash flow. You keep doing this 1 asset at a time. Then eventually you do 2 assets at a time, 3 assets at a time, right? You keep doing this. That's how you build. That's how you change the game for yourself. When I became a millionaire, I only had, people don't know this, I had a few properties at the time, but I only had 3 cash flowing assets when I became a millionaire.
That's all
only
it takes.
3. Only 3.
Sheesh.
A couple of them had no mortgage. All right. So just 2 alone gave me like $700,000 in net worth. These weren't personal residence. These were investment properties. Just two alone gave me like $700K in net worth, right? I did I structured a fire creative deal, and I got a third property worth $300-something thousand. That made me a millionaire right there.
Let's talk about that deal. Let's talk about that creative deal. What was that deal?
Bro, so a lot of times, so we have what we call seller finance. Okay?
Yep.
Meaning you want $200K for your house. I ain't got $200K. Mike, can I give you $20,000 down and pay you $500 a month for the house? Okay. You say yeah? Cool. No credit check? No interest? Cool. We sign the papers. We still go through titles, still attorneys, all official. I give you the $20K. I'm paying you $500 a month for the house. Well, what happens is a lot of times people have grandparents and grandmas constantly losing the house. Grandma and grandpa's losing their houses because what are they doing? They're taking those second mortgages out and everything. Banks are taking those properties, right? They're getting over leveraged. They're getting too much debt. Family can't handle it. So what I did was stuck this in the family. Now I can't give you too many details on this, but because we have trust now, all right. I can't give you too much. Yeah, I can't give you too much about what I own because I don't own anything anymore. Right. But we basically say, hey, look, you want to keep this in the family, right? So what do you need? What do you need? Like, why are you trying to sell the house? Because people have a reason why they're trying to sell. So why are you trying to sell? Oh, I have these debts I want to pay. I want to do this and I want to do this. How much money is that total? $30,000. All right, let us give you $30,000 for this house to handle all this debt, and we're going to pay you X amount a month because we're going to take the house and put a tenant in there. Well, we took the house, put a tenant in there, paying us $2,000 a month, and then we were able to pay them $500 a month.
So you got a seller's financing house?
Basically, seller finance with a family member. It was a family member. So we were able, instead of them selling the house, they're in their 70s. Instead of them selling the house, we were able to keep that in the family by just helping out the family member, give them what they need. They didn't have to go take a second mortgage, give us the house. They were leaving. They were moving anyway, right? Give us the house. We'll give you the money, everything you need. We'll pay you monthly. Let's keep the house. We only had to pay them for barely even 2 years. The house has no mortgage on it. We paid them for 2 years. Now we still have the house.
Why only 2 years? Did they just give it to you after 2 years?
Oh, that was the deal. It's a family member. That's all they wanted. Hey, we need this, and we need you to pay us for
that's the
for
deal.
This long.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
When
it's your kid, I mean, come on. When it's your kid, you'll do something like that for your child or your grandkid, right? So we're doing it all the time. I just did another one with another house that was in the family. Y'all should be trying to keep as many houses in the family as possible. If you don't get anything else from me today, I don't care. If you didn't like anything that I said about tax sale, whatever, keep as many properties as you can in the family.
And it's hard to educate, family members. You know what I mean? Like, our grandmothers are getting up in age and maybe they have property. What's the importance of education in the family household?
If you don't know, you're just going to keep falling behind. You'll never get ahead, right? So we live in a society where, look, 15 years ago, you had a job making $20 an hour. You were balling. You probably had a Mercedes and everything. You have a job paying $20 an hour today. You're broke, paycheck to paycheck, all right? Like, you need a second job, if we're being honest. So if you don't get the knowledge, if you don't grow at a steady enough pace, you're falling behind. There's a huge wealth gap right now being created. If you're not getting ahead, you're literally falling behind, further and further behind. Debt is piling up for a lot of people, not just some. The debt's piling up and they don't get it. Why is it getting so hard? Like, why can't I catch up? Right. You'll never catch up. How? Ooh. If you ain't investing, if you're not getting ahead, if you're not learning how to get business funding and getting investments, making more money, keeping as many assets as you can in the family, how are you going to get ahead?
Preach.
It's not designed for you to get ahead.
Yes.
That's the American dream. Stay in debt, work until you're 70. Ooh. That's the American dream.
Yes, bro.
And that's what the trap so many people fall into.
Nah, you preaching on that one. Big time, big time.
They're going to hate me for that one.
No, they better listen to that one. They better listen to that one, man. Coming from a guy like you, man, you already know, you done seen it, so they not listening to that while they watching this. So we on the Building Billions podcast. So what does building billions mean to you?
To me, it means being resilient as possible, being consistent as possible, continuing to work on your goals for yourself and your family, building wealth, right? When I see billions, I see generational wealth, not just what I'm doing today. Billions, bro, we talking billions. My kids ain't even gonna be able to see this. This is my kids. We got to keep going with this, right? So when I see building billions, man, I see like ultimate generational wealth. I'm talking dynasties, not no 20-year goal, not no 50-year goal, bro. We talking 200-year goal building dynasties right here. That's what I see when I see building billions, man, if we're being honest.
Yeah, bro. And really building billions is like a mindset, right? It's not even about like the wealth. All that stuff comes with the right proper mindset, the proper education, the proper mentors, the proximity that you have. To me, that's what building billions is. Just kind of building different verticals of who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Going into that, I got a nice little segment that I like to do towards the end of the podcast, right? It's called This or That. It's really, we'll talk about real estate a little bit, but I may throw some off-subject topics. So I'm going to ask you this or that. You got to give me an answer, and then you got to tell me why.
Okay.
All right? We'll go easy. So we're going to go fix or flip or buy and sell.
Fix and flip or buy and hold?
Buy and hold.
Okay. Buy and hold because I want to create wealth. I want to keep that asset. I want to cash. I want to pimp out that asset. I want to keep it for as long as possible out there making me money. So buy and hold for sure.
Okay, this or that, cash flow or equity?
Cash flow.
Wow.
Right? Cash flow because I break everything down to monthly. Now, both are important. Let me just put that out there. But for me, it's all about cash flow because that's where my lifestyle comes in. If I want to take trips with the wife and all that, cash flow is going to give me that luxury that I want versus equity. I can still leverage, but that immediate cash flow is going to allow me to, drive the nice cars, take the trips, and just really live a peaceful life.
All right. I like that. Let's see. Let's go land bank or tax deed.
Tax deed. Super simple answer. Tax deeds are going to be less rules in most cases. So land banks are great to buy property, but they may have so many rules. You may have to provide a whole business plan before you can even get approved to buy the land bank property. Then when you buy it, you may have a certain amount of time in which they want you to rehab the property. So there's a lot of rules involved, typically associated with land banks. Tax deeds, you buy it, it's yours. That's it.
Okay, now this question isn't really specifically, I'm not talking about you, but just for people, right?
Okay.
We're going to go wife or no wife, and why?
Woo! Boy, you about to get me in trouble up in this. Yo! Put him
in all due respect to your wife, I know you're a married man, but I mean, elaborate. What's the important, if you're going to go wife, what's the importance?
So, all right, I'm going to go for people listening to this that don't have a wife. I'm going to go no wife.
Ooh,
all right?
Okay.
I'm going to go no wife. And there's a few reasons. And my wife, she knows. We talked about this.
All right.
So I'm going to go no wife because when you get married in today's society, it's not how it used to be anymore. All right? When you get married, there's not many benefits in that. Homestead, I can't divide and conquer. We have a few properties. Hey, can my wife go get this one and homestead it? And then can I go get this one and home? No, we can't really divide and conquer like we really want to because, okay, cool, we're married. Now, if you're single, you don't have a wife, you don't have kids, I hate to say it like this, but it's gonna distract you. If you're single and you can focus on you and just growing and just really building this business, bro, don't get married for a minute. All right, get married later in the line
money first.
when you're established. All right, we don't need to be in the garage living together and mama's garage trying to figure this out because we got married at 20. All right, get married later. So I'm gonna say, man, no wife. No wife.
Okay.
All right, no wife.
All right, cool. And last one, we're gonna go MJ or Kobe.
Oof, we went to sports in this bad boy. So MJ or Kobe? I'm gonna say MJ. Just because the first, man, the precedent. And everything, it's always about who did it first. So MJ, he set the standard.
MJ?
MJ.
You going MJ? I
Yeah.
got one more for you. All right. So we got fat in a Rolls Royce or skinny in a Prius?
Skinny in a Prius.
Why?
Health is wealth. Health is wealth. You can be skinny and still have money and drive a Prius. I mean, but health is wealth. You don't know how long that fat person got to live, man. I'm gonna be honest. Health is wealth.
So you going skinny in the Prius?
I'm going skinny in the Prius.
I'm going fat in the Rolls Royce, bro. Fuck all that, man. I can lose weight as long as I got this Rolls Royce. I gotta have some money to get on some Ozempic or something.
We can build out the scenarios all day, but I thought you meant like you're stuck being fat for the rest of your life.
No. No, this is just the scenario that you're in right now.
I can lose the weight. Okay, yeah, fat in the Rolls Royce then. All right.
So, bro, what you got coming up, man? Let the people know where to find you, what you got coming up. How's the end of 2025 looking for you? Do you have something for the people that they can tap in with you?
100%, man. So you can find me, Tax D Wolf CEO on Instagram, Tax D Wolf pretty much on every platform. Just go ahead, check us out, reach out, taxdwolfacademy.com. Just see, we got so many free things out there, man. We got free webinars, free videos breaking down the step-by-step on how to get tax deeds. Just go and look and see what we're about and then make a decision from there. All right, do you want to work with us? Cool. You don't? Cool. I got the assets. My team's got the assets.
Yes.
We're retired. My team's retired. We're good. But if you want to live that life, if you want to not work until you're 70 and then finally be free, reach out.
I love that, bro. I love that. So, hey, thank y'all for watching, man. This is another episode of the Building Billions podcast. A lot of game was shared here today. Man, my guy Joseph just killed it. I got a lot out of him. Y'all should thank me for that, man. He gave a lot of game that I'm pretty sure he charges for. So we got him here. He broke down a lot of stuff. It's really time to get money, man. It's that time. We're in fourth quarter, man. We got to start leveling up our mindset, getting into proximity, and just building billions, you know? So stay tuned for another episode. Like, share, comment. Share this with someone that you want to see win, and we out.
Let's get it. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.